Recognized by His Holiness the Dalai Lama and the Shangpa lineage holder, His Eminence Kalu Rinpoche has been very active in the social media, giving moral support and answering to people's questions during this Wuhan-originated coronavirus pandemic. Today I am joined by Rinpoche himself to discuss about his teachings during this pandemic. Tashdele Rinpoche.
Thank you.
Rinpoche, during this phase when COVID-19 is causing disturbance around the world, we have heard that you have been providing moral support to the people and that you actually have a website where people who are in need of mental support can get your appointment for consultation and advice. Rinpoche, could you briefly explain how you do all this?
From my, responsibility, I have experienced that many different people always need a different type of help. Some people always need emotional support. Some people need a religious support. Some people just simply needed sense of support being there with them. And I find that very important because, during this time, of course, there's many doctors and nurses who are working tirelessly, in India, around the world. And I also find as a Buddhist practitioner, it is important to contribute my experience and my quality to help many people as I can to, especially people who are feeling very lonely with the self-isolation, because many people when they are they have a neighborhood, they're living in the neighborhood, they have relatives, a family who are going through immense suffering because of this. And then also, some of them, they have a doctor that they know, some of them, they have a nurse that they know, as a neighbor, as a family, as a relatives. And then some of them are victim of the COVID-19. And then, when they're finally actually, passing away, the family and relatives, they can't really say goodbye to each other. And then that's very painful to watch and to see. And I just, when I saw that, in the television, in the news, it was very sad to see that, and I just wanted to offer the best service and the best support I can from my experience to the people that needs using our modern technology.
Rinpoche, not only that you have been attending them personally, but also you have been doing live question answer sessions on Facebook and have been answering many people from around the world. From your interaction with different kinds of people, what is the most common concern that people have during this pandemic and how do you respond to it?
Well, the most common topic that has been mentioned within our communities, within our live streaming, sanghas or the brother sister we call it, is that the people being racist. That's number one, and people being extremely superstition. That's number two, and then people spreading the false information, to get some kind of a recognition. Not an advice that is coming from the doctors, not an advice coming from the local government, not an advice coming from the nurse, but rather made up ideas, and speculating a lot of false information. So as a community, we are trying to make that awareness as much as possible. We don't have a medicine that we can provide to each other, but at least some knowledge and to bring some kind of awareness to help more other people. And that's what we've been trying to do, and that has been the common topic during my live streaming videos every Sunday.
Rinpoche, can you tell us how are people being superstitious regarding this COVID-19 crisis?
Well, superstition in the sense that, how do I say, misunderstanding the method of the Buddha Dharma teachings, and then people, they think that, practicing deity in a very wrathful form, and they have this thinking and the mindset that it will help them more. But actually, if you look at His Holiness Dalai Lama's teaching recently, he's saying that he's been saying continuously that telling people to chant Avalokiteshvara mantra, he's been telling people to chant the Grintara mantra, and then, being a Buddhist practitioner means having a simplicity mindset, and that is the key point, being a Buddhist practitioner, and being extremely superstitious, and then with the lack of foundation is the opposite of the being a Buddhist practitioner. Being a Buddhist practitioner means keeping it simple, keeping it loving kindness, and keeping the principle which has been taught by our living Buddha, and that is our His Holiness Dalai Lama. And he's been saying, again and again to recite the sixth syllable and the Grintara again and again. And I've been following that, and I've been also reminding the public to do the same.
Rinpoche, how effective do you think are your teachings in time like this? Is it helping calm people from the stress that they are going through?
Well, there is no such as my method, because Buddha's teachings is not something that I invented. And then definitely all the great teachings coming from different masters and, Bodhisattva and enlightened being, I'm just trying to remind people the key point and to have a little bit more practical perspective, because people, they tend to go in a direction that where they blame themselves, even in this pandemic and coronavirus situation, people, they blame themselves saying that it is a bad karma, and then they blame karma, they blame themselves, and then they isolate even more psychologically and from their mindset also, and that is not really helping anybody, and that is a misinterpreted, from the Lord Buddha's teaching. So I try to help people, having the acceptance, the meaning of the impermanence, but yet at the same time having more strength and having more sense of stability in mind, and doing a meditation together, a little bit like a shamatha and a vipassana. And like that is the kind of a meditation we do it together, during the live streaming and then during the private interview as well.
Rinpoche, it is very difficult to change the minds of the people who are superstitious and have been practicing them for a really long time. So how do they respond when you ask them not to be superstitious?
Well, of course I give a teaching in English, but my method and my, way of providing the Lord Buddha's teaching is not something really modern. I just try to make it a little bit more logical, a little bit more realistic. Let's put it that way. I try to put it more realistic and less into the miracle perspective and more into the basic knowledge and understanding about our emotion and about oneself. And then people tend to, have a more quicker understanding when you keep it a little bit more closer to the human quality first, and then applying to the Lord Buddha's teaching. And that has been the principle since the beginning of the Lord Buddha's teaching anyway.
Rinpoche, in a previous interview with Thardo Rinpoche and His Eminence Avikrita Vajrasakya Rinpoche, they mentioned about the benefits of compassion and meditation. We would love to hear about your view on the importance of practicing compassion during this pandemic.
I think the most important that I needed to tell you is that when it comes to the wisdom and compassion and the kindness and the generosity and loving to all the sentient being, regarding that topic, I have no disagreement, I have no second opinion, because it's a universal truth. It's not something that I have a different agenda, therefore it is something more important. All the great masters and the recent masters that you have interviewed, everything they have said, of course, it is absolutely correct. But I think the most important is for the people to understand the meaning of compassion itself, because many people, when we think about compassion, we tend to go in a direction of, a little bit like a feeling obligated to be compassionate. Feeling, obligated to be compassionate is not the true meaning of compassion, because the true meaning of compassion is, when you have absolutely no self-attachment, and then genuinely there's a genuine compassion, by itself. When you dissolve your attachment, the genuine compassion arises itself. If you try to be compassionate, of course it has a beneficial, but the most important is we need to practice meditation, we have to practice with the visualization, and then the genuine compassion arises naturally. Yet at the same time, as a human being, I think we have to trust ourselves a little bit more. Like His Holiness Dalai Lama said, that loving kindness is what humanity needs. So I think that is a method that we have to apply first, and then the compassionate understanding within oneself and then implementing on other people will come by itself in time.
So compassion is not obligatory, it is something that should come naturally from within.
Exactly. It is a realization. It is not an emotion that where you can pretend to have it.
And the genuine compassion arises when you practice meditation.
Yes, because when you have a recognition to the projection of mind and the illusion of mind, and when you overcome that, and then there's no tricky manipulation within you, and then therefore you understand the meaning of self-attachment, and therefore you understand the reality, and then you have a realization, and then the genuine compassion permanently continues from then on.
Many people are actually very confused between the practice of compassion and empathy. Can you tell us the difference between these two with examples if possible?
With example is like I have explained to you previously a little bit, because the compassion is a realization, it's not an emotion. What we need to start is a loving kindness as a human quality, that we have it already. It's not something religious, it's not something miracle. Loving kindness is what we need in our world. As you apply the loving kindness, and at the same time when you apply the meditation, and the more greater empathy arises by itself, and then naturally at the same time the realization of the true meaning of compassion comes at that time.
Rinpoche, how have you been spending your time in isolation and coping with this existing situation?
In this how do I say it, in this situation and this coronavirus restriction that we have in each country, of course people are going through a very difficult time, because not every communities, not every countries are going through exactly the same situation. There's a different timeline. Myself, when I was here, of course, first few weeks was very difficult, because when you go outside to buy some food, it's out of stock, because people, they do the panic buying, but then at the same time slowly it became a little bit normal, so then it was less challenging. Of course, I spend my time speaking with my lamas, my board of members, and then also I talk about my activities and then our own organization as well, and then of course I do some exercise indoor, try to keep it healthy as possible. So that's what I've been trying to do, and also, as you know, that trying to communicate with the doctors and nurse and individual by personal appointment.
Rinpoche, do you have any special message for the viewers?
The special message to the viewers that is with us today, the message that I would like to share is that, first of all, I want to say that we have so many different Buddhist tradition in our own Tibetan tradition, and in this pandemic and in this crisis, many different Buddhist tradition, they have shown their love and they have shown their compassion to their communities, Indian people, Tibetan people, all different nationalities, helping them, donating them, and that has been a very great inspiring and motivating. And then also, most importantly, how do I say, starting with His Holiness Dalai Lama, that few weeks ago that he donated for the local communities and helping people, and then just like that, many different traditions followed his example, and also including our own monastery in Salugara, we offer local communities some food and and then in daily basis, and we've been doing that. And I think the message that I wanted to share is that please continue to keep this positive movement of generosity, and please continue to keep the tenderness of loving kindness, helping your own neighbors, helping your own people, and then most importantly, practicing meditation, spreading the right information. I think these are very important. And the last message I wanted to share is the longevity of our living Buddha, His Holiness Dalai Lama. And that is the most important, that I would like to request everyone to do the same.
Thank you so much, Rinpoche, for your wonderful words and for speaking to Tibet TV. It is an absolute honor to have you here with us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next episode of In Conversation with Tibet TV.